I'm just pissed. I'm pissed about all this stuff going on with our government. I mean, the government that we live in. I think this QIP case is just a microcosm of what's going on with our government everywhere. And we, the people, just don't have a voice anymore. It's run by bureaucrats and judges, and they're all from the same party. They vote for the same people, for whoever put them in office. I mean, it's a joke. We put in a quota program. We have the right to take the quota program out. And no bureaucrat can tell us that they can't do it. It's not anywhere in the regs and the stats, like I said in my last saying. Look it up. Read it. No judge can stop us when we have a petition of 25%. What the heck is the 25% for? Come on, what the heck is the 25% for? Figure it out. If the secretary wants to sit on her thumbs and not do nothing, she can do that. If we send in one person sends in a petition, she can take that petition, call a hearing, and she can call a referendum. She has that power and discretion. But when she sits on her thumbs like she's doing now, she made us promises that she was going to let us decide our issues, decide the vote, let the Dairyman decide. Well, she's had 3 different petitions run by her, and she hasn't let us decide it yet. But the bottom line is this. When she doesn't do anything, we come up with 25% on a petition, signatures of our industry. It overrides her. It goes from a may to a shall. Is everyone understanding that? May to a shall. Shall means she shall call the hearing, she shall call the referendum. We have a right to override her. Otherwise, what's the purpose of the 25% rule? This Judge Aspinwall comes in out of nowhere. I recommend it, you can't do that. But it doesn't make any difference. We had a petition of 356 people. Dairyman. Doesn't matter what he says. Doesn't matter what Karen Ross says. That's why we have the 25% rule. Otherwise, I make a suggestion to you, California and Miss Karen Ross. You know what you need to do? You need to go out and change the rules and just say, if you want to amend, terminate, add on to, decrease to, throw in the trash can, whatever you want to do, you just need to go to the Secretary of Ag and she'll tell you whether she wants to do it or not. What difference does it make if we sign petitions when she can just throw it out? Where is the law in this country? I don't get it. I'll tell you what, I don't get it either. Is we're sitting here, and I can give you all the source documents afterwards. I'll give you everything I'm saying here as fact. There is what they call regulations, and there's statutes. Statutes is written in the Food, Ag, and Code. You'll find all the things that relate to the milk industry. There's regulations. You can go look that up on www.oal.ca government. Just look up the Office of Administrative Law and the APA, Administrative Procedures Act. Try to find the regulation of the QIP. Try to find it. You won't find it. Bet you any amount of money you want. I've already called there. You look up it yourself on the computer. You won't find it. That's what they're operating under. They're taking our money illegally. To take our money, they have to have this QIP should have gone through what they call a process, a regulatory process. We have on record. You can look it up. You can see the hearing. Go look up the California PRB meeting on March 6, 2019. It's public video. You can pull it up on video. We also have it on our website. And you can watch her say, the lead secretary, we do not follow the regulatory process. We did not turn it into the APA. Therefore, it's illegal, folks. You cannot enforce it. You want to find out about those laws? You can go look up that also. It's all in here. They didn't follow it. They're taxing us illegally from day one. I don't know how these guys get right. Everyone says, well, Craig, if that's the case, then why isn't something being done? I don't know. Maybe you need to ask Judge Aspinwall. Ask the lead attorney. Ask the Attorney General's office, who we've complained to about this. Folks, you don't have rights anymore. Your rights have been taken away from you. We turn in a petition of 280. They're not all, signatures aren't good. Can we see them? No, we don't have to show them to you. This is going on to us constantly. Then you get people like this Peter Cotchett and whatever their name is. On their website it says, Peters, Cotchett, and McCarthy, saviors of the small dairies. They just save the small dairies. Small dairies? We're the small dairies. This is the distortions of truth that these guys do constantly. I'll just read to you. If you guys are paying attention and listening to this, let me show you. These are some of our guys. Anywhere under 1,000 cows is a small dairy in the state of California. We've got 275, 675, 800, 750, 300, 900, 950, 300, 725, 800, 600, 350, 850, 800, 875, 500, 850, 760, 700, 350, 650, and 960. This is just one page. We've got almost 12 of these pages of ours. There's 619 of us. We are the small dairies that you guys ran out of business. Cotchett, Petrie's, and McCarthy. They're the same guys. They sued me. They sued me for selling my quota to this guy. Now, you got to hear this story. I sell my quota for $713,000. This guy, for 3 years, he's been collecting $12,000 a month quota, which puts him over 400 grand. 400 grand he's made on money on the quota. If he sold it today at $300 a pound, or gave it away at $250, he'd get another 400 grand. That means he made on the sale $80,000 to close to 100 grand he's made. And he's suing me because he said my efforts of trying to get rid of quota, says he never would have purchased. Now this is what these attorneys filed against me. He never would have purchased if he would have known about my activities of trying to get rid of quota. But what they failed to tell you is this yo-yo 1 year later, after he bought my quota, made these claims that I should have never been involved in this activity, he bought more quota from the same broker, Mel Gadbutt, bought more quota 1 year later, and he's suing me. I walk into an attorney's office in a courtroom and say, I want to sue a guy that I made money on. They laugh me out the room. But this is the kind of crap that's going on with these quota guys and what we've been fighting. That's why I woke up ticked off this morning. I'm just ticked off. When we got a board sitting there, we got a board supposedly of dairymen. They're all quota guys. When we had hit by the COVID, and we're getting creamed by the COVID, whoever's not getting creamed by the COVID, raise their hand. But it certainly is all of us. And I made a motion, simple motion. Hey, due to the COVID crisis, can we just withhold paying this 38 cents for 6 months so we can just gather a little support? I had one guy, Ted DeGroat, who seconded it. But Will Dyke, Case Stein, Jared Bordessa, I'll go through the whole list of these guys. They voted no. They didn't want to grant us any relief. We're getting slaughtered out here. These are the dairymen that are on your board. But you guys don't participate, you don't come to the meetings, you don't follow all this stuff, so you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. This is the crap that is going on in our industry today, and I'm pissed. When we sit here and they tell us stuff like this here, everyone says, oh, it's not a tax, Craig, it's an assessment. Oh, really? Well, that's funny. This is what they call it here. This was given to us at a PRB board meeting in June of 2017. It says, assessment of grade, it's vulnerable to a legal challenge because it results in an imposition of a tax upon producers in the absence of a direct benefit as required by the California Constitution. What benefit are the non-quota holders receiving from this tax? They call it a tax, folks, not me. They call it a tax. That's why we call it a tax. And there's no benefit from us. So if we're not in the pool, we're not getting a benefit. Well, how about all that depooled milk this last year with these PPDs? You think those guys paid the 38 cents? Yeah, but they weren't in the pool. Which brings us back to, where is the pool? We've had a hearing on this. This is what they promised us. Karen Ross promised us, and the CDFA staff. I'm not making this stuff up. This is all the documents. Read them. Assessment-funded programs at CDFA are required to be reviewed every 5 years to determine if the industry supports the continuation of the program. CDFA holds a continuation hearing where witnesses provide the testimony regarding the program should it be continued. If the hearing record contains overwhelming support, the continuation of the standalone quota program, the Secretary will announce its continuation. If the hearing record contains a mixture of both support and opposition, CDFA will hold a producer referendum to determine if the standalone quota program will continue. We had more than a mixture of opposition at the 3.5 hearing. More than a mixture. Did they call a referendum? I don't think so. Another lie told to us as dairymen in the state of California. This is what's constantly going on with our government. The authority to create and maintain stabilization pool plans are found in the Food Ag Code. These plans are modified through public hearing process administered by the CDFA. We didn't have a hearing process when we made the QIP. Zero. But you know what? What's this rule? Doesn't mean nothing to these guys. Food and Ag Code supersedes regulations, provides authority and regulations to be created and modified. Not according to our chairman of the PRB board said, no, the QIP overrules what's in the statutes and regs, specifically 62716 and 62717. I was there at the meetings. We've got all that on recordings. There's another one. This talks about what are the pooling plans in our deal. It says right here, there's the first page, between chapter 1 through chapter 3.5 are the pooling plans. They all should be gone with the federal order, and they're not. They're not. These I tell you right here. You can read them right here. Here's chapter 2, chapter 1. Chapter 1 tells you all the different things that belong to the pooling plans. I am so sick of getting these documents that they don't honor. They twist it every single way that they want to twist it. First, it's got to be through the 62716. Well, you didn't do the hearing process on that. It's not a pooling plan. Oh, I know, but ignore that. Just jump to the 65%. Oh, okay. Then you say, all right, well, let's just include in statutes. That's the way it be. No. You got to do it according to the QIP. The QIP says it's got to be renewed according to how it got put in there in the first place. What got put in there in the first place illegally. So we're supposed to repeat the illegality of putting in the QIP? They're taking our money. Today, Mike, I got to get up and go to the bank and borrow $1,000 every day because we're not making that money. You know what I do with that $1,000? We throw it over to a guy like Dennis Arias, who's a quota guy. We got to hand this money over to these guys every single day of my life. I got to borrow $1,000 to hand to my fellow dairyman. You think that's fair? We don't think it's fair. And every right and law that we have to be voted out, they won't let us vote it out. Judge Aspinwall, Karen Ross, Michelle Diaz, who said, quote unquote, we did not follow the regulatory process. We did not turn it into the APA. So why are you taxing us? What are you doing about it, Attorney General? What's going on? Yeah, I'm ticked. I am ticked. I tell you, it infuriates me that how many people are going out of business. I have $3 million of what I've paid into these QIP since 2010. You know how many bills I got to pay that I can't pay? You think I'm happy? Why do you think I'm mad? Why do you think what's that movie Network? That one thing we had on our deal? We're mad as hell. And we're going to let you know about it. We're not going away. This is uncensored. I'm sorry. But I am pissed at you cheating. And the government is sitting there sticking it to us. Where is the law and order? They don't know the law and order. They would know if it hit them in the face. Show me one regulation that says that a judge can sit there and stop us when we have 25%. Show me one. Show me where it says she can override at 25%. Show me one. Dare ya. That's it. I'm done with this shit. A lot of people ask me all the time, they call me, what are the updates? What's going on? Well, we're going to give these to you weekly on Facebook, Stop QIP Tax. Also, our website is Stop QIP Tax. We'll be giving these weekly updates of what is going on out there. So make sure you tune in, tell your neighbors, tell your friends. This is where you're going to get all the information that's going on because we're going down that home stretch now. There's a lot of activity going on. And always remember, we will tell you the rest of the story.